A private word would be nice.
A few nonsense words, some slain beasts, and one becomes some all-powerful being. No, I do not believe it. Astarion still has the look of a pale and puny child to me. And he had best mind his appetite, lest Boo take to some nighttime nibbling of his own.
It is said vampires only make a show of feeling, that their only true emotion is hunger. But those screams sounded real enough. 7,000 souls. Astarion inherits his master's debts, as well as his very fine palace. And when all of this is done, I plan on being a very nosy neighbor.
You wish to consult me?
Astarion succumbed to his power lust. A Githyanki would have known better. We seek might not for individual power, but for the good of the collective. I may no longer serve Vlaakith, but I still attend to a collective, the allies of the Prince of the Comet, and, of course, the one we've made for ourselves. To seek power for personal glory alone is a farce. A shame he can't see it.
So, a vampire lord walks among us. A powerful ally to have at our side, and a powerful enemy should our intentions diverge. Things are getting more interesting by the moment. How can I help? Would that I could. But your entourage is full. You'll need to make room for me first. Back in the thick of things at last. Oh, how exciting.
You probably expect me to turn into a sea of mist, run wrong side up on roofs, and to call on legions of wolves in battle. This will all happen in due time. But for now, patience is required. I hear the whispers of the night, but I can't yet speak its language. It's going to take a while to become acquainted with my new self. Mephistopheles has made a new monster, not bound a creature to his will. The rite was honored. The sacrifice is over. Everything lies ahead. I can see my path to a waking dream. From the Crimson Palace, I will govern day and night. Create a city of spawn who bow before me. Cast a fog over the world for my children. But first, we must manage the trifling matter of the brain. Perhaps it will listen to us. Perhaps it, too, will serve. I'm so lucky I crash-landed next to such an intelligent creature as you. We make a fine team, don't we?
Seek and you shall find me.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Gazette has a transcript of the conversation with Archduke.
It's so pretty.
You're slouching.
Let me back in, or bring Leroican out here, you tin tube. You tell Leroican I went for his goddamn night song, and now he has to pay up. What are you looking at? Shit, it's you. You went looking for the night song after me. Please tell me you found it. Hope you lost fewer people along the way than I did. Leroican should have warned us. Sod it. Enough. Leroican and his precious night song just about ruined my life. If you value yours, I'd steer well clear of this place.
I must admit, some of the items here are quite marvelous.
Baldur's Gate prices, though. Not worth it, if you ask me.
I shall be careful not to ask you then, child.
Would you now?
Welcome, dear patron, to Sorceress Sundries. I am an unperson in service of the revered wizard Leroican, proprietor of this fine establishment. To browse our wares, say trade. To provide information about the night song, say night song. If you are a city official here to collect dues, say taxes. For all other inquiries, say other. The provision of information that leads to the retrieval of the night song is worth a great deal to Master Leroican. Do you have information regarding the night song? Please proceed upstairs for further instructions. Thank you. Please come again soon, and have a magical day.
If you're both and I'm wrong, where's Jeremy and his mother gone?
Surely a bookseller. She can point us to the tome I need.
Literature department. Can I help you? Psst. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence. Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate. Between us, even Master Leroican was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety.
Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiot Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sites of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you? Interesting choice. If I didn't know better, I'd think you might have the necromancy of Thay in your possession. I'd advise tremendous care with the Tharkiot Codex. The cost of unlocking its mysteries is onerous. Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm. I'm happy to describe the wonders that lie between their covers, but I'm afraid purchasing them is simply out of the question. Customers like you are why I prefer the company of books. The only way to gain access to the vault is through my office. And before you ask, no, you are not allowed in there either.
Improprieties, the least of our worries with that mad cult on our doorstep.
I just think we should be careful. Is this a signed copy? Oh, by Volothap Gedon himself. How delightful! I simply must have it. So what do we have? Oh,
Weed moss,
Perhaps.
mugwort, incense, 6 handfuls of assorted mushrooms. You can never have too many mushrooms.
Welcome, dear patron, to the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Lorroakan's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
Seems simple enough.
Hold very still, Nicklaw. Craig's aim is much improved, but still leaves something up to chance.
yes, sir.
All right, Craig. Ready? Aim. We have a visitor. At ease. McClaw, you may go. I see no night song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the night song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time? And you must have an answer to my request. If you want to keep your head, of course. The Night Song. Do you have it or not? She? Then you do know her. You've been to Shah's temple. To the Shadowfell. You've looked upon the Night Song's face. Tell me, and choose your next words carefully. Where is she now? I'm growing tired of this repartee, my friend. Let us cut to the chase. Beautiful, isn't it? Worth more than your life, too. I bought it from a Kalashite warlock. There's very little of his soul left to him. It can bind a celestial to the wearer's service with a snap of the fingers. And this can keep her in place. Forever. It didn't work out for poor Ketherick, did it? He was a fool. A desperate mercenary who poured out his soul to whichever god flattered him. I serve no god, but that which stares back at me in the mirror. The Night Song will be put to a grand purpose, equalizing man and god. Whoever helps me attain that which I seek will be greatly rewarded. Clever doesn't begin to describe it. What I seek is the greatest ambition possible, to defy the ultimate limitation, transcend the fate that awaits us all. When I succeed, I may look favorably upon you. If you are a friend along the way, that is.
He would seek the power of gods for the pettiest of reasons, his own gratification. At least I seek them for the better of all.
What's that? I didn't quite catch the words, but the insolent tone was clear enough.
Pitying, not insolent. You chase one power without knowing an even greater one lies within my reach. The crown of Karsus. Once we acquire it, your ambitions will be dwarfed. I'll be able to stand against Mystra and wrest her powers from her for the betterment of all.
The crown of Karsus? Nonsense. Even if it still existed, you couldn't possibly handle its power.
Perhaps you could not. But Netherill's power is in my blood. And Mystra? I know her in ways that most mortals can only dream of.
Ah. So it is you. Mystra's discarded lapdog. And now you think your bark is cause to make me tremble?
There is no need for me to bark. My actions will speak for themselves. In time.
Then go. Act. I'll open a fine vintage in your name, once word of your failure reaches me. Dead? That cannot be. It is immortal. A god. Is that meant to be some consolation? It was the key to my immortality. How can this be? How can this be. Shit! Your terrible tidings have cost me everything! My grand design! Dashed to ruins! This always happens to me!
You'll bring him the night song, won't you? He'll be so very pleased, so very happy if his plans materialize.
You wish to consult me?
I am yours. Come to me.
wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be time to leave.
Never a dull moment. Another step forward.
You've set foot in a restricted area.
Looking ahead. Light on my feet.
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The annals of Carsus are here.
You wish to consult me?
Shah's blessings upon you.
Don't give me trouble now. Trap. Be cautious. Have a lot on my mind. And well, in it. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Cursed to put my hands on everything. Be wary. This place is trapped. door named after a wizard of renown. The annals must be behind Carsus's door. What's inside? Some valuable knowledge hidden between these pages.
No time to dally.
I've got a long road ahead. Time to press ahead.
The Annals of Carsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Carsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page. Devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The crown of Carsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Carsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Not from scratch. Unless you happen to have several pounds of the purest Netherese metals in that pack of yours. Don't worry. I'm not asking you to surrender anything else on my account. What's called for here is something altogether different. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Carsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. Well, there'd be risk in such an endeavor, but only proportionate to the reward. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last. We'd be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice. to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor. Not until this moment. But I can't help beginning to see such a destiny unfold before me. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacks some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things, but he never managed that. A long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it. I'm glad you can recognize this for the opportunity it is. Nevertheless, not a step to take lightly. It's our future that I'm thinking of. Can't rely on anyone else to do it for us. For now, we've learned all we can. Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged in Raphael's image. A devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the end of everything. What's on your mind?
Lady of Sorrows, guide us.
Here goes nothing. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of Emporium's sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there? Is that so? Well, far be it for this doddering old archmage to pry into another man's shopping bag. Oh, as we're here, I shall offer you a morsel of general and non-specific advice, yours to apply to any relevant knowledge you may have recently acquired. Some things are best left broken, and some people are well worth restoring.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mistra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mistra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
Not true. Not even close. Mistress' ways may seem cold, high-handed, tyrannical even. But she is a goddess. Her ways are not for mortal reckoning. Though some mortals come close to understanding. Very close indeed. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I've often asked myself the same question, but never really found a satisfactory answer. You clearly see something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. Excellent idea. I'll be there, bright and early tomorrow.
So, Mistress requested a chat with Gale. Unusually polite for a god. I do hope it goes well. We've pissed off enough gods already.
The mother of all magic, they say. Let us hope Mistra brings Gale good fortunes.
Poor Gale. To be abandoned by his goddess. I cannot imagine how that must feel. May the Dark Lady comfort him.
Goddess or no, it is a fearsome sting to be let down by a lover. And to hear of it from another of her bright birds. It must be difficult for Gale to imagine great Elminster courting, writing poems, doing certain deeds. It is difficult for Minsk to think of too. Let us speak no more of it. Of Elminster and the sex, I mean.
Ugh, that pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But he has also moved mountains, walked between plains, and dragged himself back from death 12 times. If he still believes in Gale, the boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. Goddess or no.
We cannot allow Gale to go through with Elminster's ludicrous plan. Destroying the Absolute before we fully understand it would be madness.
First step is the hardest.
What can I do for you, my friend? Darling, leave.
I didn't see her make no trouble.
I know her. That's Ghoster. She's no thief.
Interference! Stay back! Stay calm.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Mystra is a lesser goddess compared to Lady Shah. But if you have a chance to speak to her, you should seize it.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Not the message one hopes to receive from a past lover. But her first love was always the weave. At best, I was a close second. When I pictured this moment, I thought I'd feel more in control. Yet, here I am, with palms sweatier than a bugbear's armpit. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. For a wizard, to have the love of the goddess of magic herself, it was intoxicating. An experience beyond expression. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. It's one thing for us to actually pursue the crown. I'm not entirely sure I want to threaten Mystra with the prospect on her own turf, so to speak. I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3 dragon ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite Weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite Weave.
You can no more control the Karsite Weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics. Bless them with the strength to endure, and the courage to resist. So may it be.
Karsite Weave. I had no idea. Do you realize what this means? The orb is no stray piece of ordinary magic. It is something entirely different. The nascent form of a new divine power. Of course, I couldn't control it. I was mortal. But once I reforge the crown, the power of a god will be mine to command. The orb will answer to me. So do I. Though I'm not sure that's the purpose I'd apply it to. Let me assure you, Karsite Weave has no more inherent evil to it than a child in the womb, or an axe half forged on the blacksmith's anvil. It is a tool, ready to be shaped by its wielder, by me. And you know me to be someone of reasonably sound moral judgment, don't you? Gods, it's refreshing to share the company of someone who sees things the same way I do. All we need to do is stay focused on the task at hand, defeating that Elder Brain. After that, you can leave the rest to me.
You wish to consult me?
So, Gale's hedging his bets with Mystra? I can't say I blame him. Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands just to hand it to someone else? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
People from the depredations of the absolute heretic.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. Imagine how he must be feeling. I doubt I could go on if Lady Shah turned on me.
With Archduke. Nothing's happening. Oh shit! That was wartime, wasn't it? Bollocks!
You go in first. It was your idea. Yeah, but I dared you first, so you have to go. My fingers are crossed. I'm not going in there and getting followed by a devil. Oh, I get it.
What's that?
Be wary. This place is trapped.
welcome thee to the Devil's Fee, where every hellish curio's a rarity. So merry be, and shop with glee. A most excellent decision. Coin and your esteemedness return.
What was she trying to summon?
Your esteemedness returns. Oh, joyous hour. Truly. That's remarkable. I like to deal with remarkable people. Very well. You stand before Mammon's picklock, latchkeeper of the 9 hells. My business is not information, nor hellish curios. Not really. I break people into the hells. That's my thing. Lord Gortash wanted to steal something from Mephistopheles, so I punched a portal into the Archdevil's dusty vaults. And then oh, gosh, my fickle memory fails. If only something would jog it. My, what deep pockets you have. Gortash stole the crown of Karsus, pissed off Mephistopheles, but rather intrigued another devil by the name Raphael. His House of Hope is furnished with a great deal of treasures, many related to Karsus. But alas, he lacks the crown itself. He's rather ambitious. One can only wonder what he has planned for the crown. The answers to that can probably be found within his house.
We should infiltrate the Devil's home. I have always dreamed of visiting the Hells.
What a fascinating proposition. Ludicrous, of course, but fascinating nevertheless. Very well. If you wish to die in Avernus, that's your business. Mine is charging you for it. Of course, such a task will require quite the substantial donation to Lord Mammon's coffers.
Such a task will be tantamount to suicide. And for what? The devil has nothing that you need.
You put me in a difficult position, mortal. You are almost certain to fail. Almost. And so, there is a chance you might succeed. Fine. I'd like to be able to carry all of my precious stock without the need of a team of oxen. There are gauntlets of hill giant strength within the House of Hope. Free passage, and you fetch them for me. Deal? Allow me to outline how this is going to work. First, you were never here. We never spoke. Second, you will perform the rites yourself. I want absolute deniability. Here's the grimoire and necessary components. Oh, take this key, too. It unlocks the ritual room upstairs. There's a blood circle already drawn. Don't ask whose blood.
Along with the grimoire and components, Helsik hands you a note containing precise instructions for performing the ritual.
Finally, you were never here. That is of utmost import to remember. Now be gone!
suggest that you reconsider this course of action. Whatever you expect to gain from the Hells is not worth the risk of traveling here uninvited.
More for me.
There is nothing by invading the devil's home, and everything to be lost.
How can I help? I'd be delighted. Though, someone else will need to watch the cook pot, of course. Magical. I never thought this journey of ours would see us knocking on a devil's door. Can't say I'm relishing the experience, but needs must.
The House of Hope. Raphael's abode. Only this time he hasn't invited us to his table.
Must we talk? The heat is unbearable. My mouth is as dry as a dust devil.
I am yours. Come to me. You give me courage.
I don't hear the Emperor.
You came. Such a shame. Curiosity killed all the cats. It won't be so kind to you.
As the woman speaks, you hear a distant rattle of chains, and she winces in pain.
The jailer will hear us. I shouldn't be talking to you. I must go. It's not kind to me.
The figure flickers and starts to dim from view, but you sense she could be convinced to return. The figure shimmers brightly. Your words seem to have piqued her curiosity.
I hope so. But it is a faint hope. Just like me. I can't leave. I could only suffer. But I'm supposed to do that in silence. Everyone here hates me for what I am. I'm the thing that kills you and the only reason you're alive. Made by a promise, undone by the truth. A handshake, a hug,
The first beat of a newborn's heart. I am hope. What little is left of her. A guttering candle in a universe of night. I'm not much of a friend to anyone anymore. But I could use a friend myself. Do you want a friend to guide you through this madhouse? I hear the jailer. It hears me. It'll call Raphael, make every question count. Make some of them count twice. You brilliant, beautiful maniac. I'll hold him down while you trim his arteries. Except he's not home. I'm indisposed and you're in hell. Don't waste any more words, or we'll both be sorry. The house is home to many things. Most will kill you. One can save you. The hammer that breaks the chains, you must steal it.
You hear a sound like the rattle of a chain, and an agonizing scream in your head as hope flickers from view momentarily.
Shh. Quiet. There it goes. Everyone here is mad. Even you, especially me. And that makes them dangerous, but it also makes them stupid. I'll make you seem as ruined as the rest of the people here. A simple glamour to make you a terrible wretch. Now whisper your questions, little wretch, but really quiet and very clever. Concentrate. Remember, quiet as a mouse. Behind you! Skipping across the plains, spinning plates, making deals with dukes and devils. He's a busy man. A busyness man. But not a man at all, of course. He'll be home soon, though, and you better find the hammer before he arrives. The same place you'll find your sorry little soul when Raphael rips it out. Discovered an ancient Gith prince in need of a savior? The Orphic hammer is the perfect tool for breaking all infernal chains. In the archive, down the corridor, past the debtor. Oh, the debtors. They won't like you. But I like you. I know I do. I think I do. I hope I do. I just need to ask one question, and I'll know for sure. Can you save me? Please? Please, 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 please. You don't even know how. All right. You have to listen very, very, very closely. I will say this only once. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. Find the key, take the hammer, smash my chains. But be careful when you take the hammer. The fire will come, and Raphael, you must run, 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 run. But don't forget me. Please, please, please. I don't want to burn. Not again.
The rattle of chains echoes louder from unseen places, and without a scream or a sigh, hope disappears.
Entrances and no exits.
Another a sorry soul come to wander these halls? What do you seek? Despite appearances, this whole house is more of a prison than a parlor. Most here have no choice but to remain. I am one such. This is not my home, but I can never leave. I was an architect in life, a builder of tombs and temples, but mostly of towers. My proudest work reached for the stars and sought to dry Selûne's tears. It was a monument to life and to virtue, and a happy home to my master for many years. A great general, a greater man, Ketheric Thorm. When tragedy came, my master fell into darkness and despair. He marshaled a great army to ruin the world and bring all into shadow. I could not let it happen. I sought out the devil, Raphael, and signed an infernal pact with him. He promised to destroy my master's army, and I promised him my soul in return. The devil was true to his word. Fiends slaughtered my master's forces, but he endured somehow and blighted the land. Then all came to pass as I had hoped, though a century too late for my family and friends. Your actions may have justified the price of my soul. I thank you. Tell me, what became of my pride? What became of Moonrise Towers? All towers fall in the end. Thorm is vanquished. That was my purpose. Perhaps it is best that I remain here, and that the long centuries erode my memories and leave me empty. There is a certain peace in that.
You shouldn't be here. None of us should.
You wish to consult me?